Welcome to the very first video lesson on Unit 3. This is a review on equations with variables on both sides. Yes, we have learned equations with variables on both sides. Before the break, it's mostly a review. You will see a problem at the end that is particularly new. But please follow along with each video and make sure you complete everything on your worksheets. Okay, now you should have this paper in front of you. If not, you can get it yourself by the blue shelf in the classroom. You need to pick it up yourself. So please check in the bin. It should be the second one and look for Unit 3 equation with variables on both sides. Take this time. You can pause the video to write your name, date, and period. The first part of this notes is to think about the difference between the two equations that are shown. On the left side, you have 2x plus x is equal to 10. And on the right side, you have 2x is equal to x plus 10. Please take a moment to look at both equations. Think about what's different about the two equations. Look at how the variables are positioned. What's between on the opposite sides of both equal signs. Pause the video. You can jot down ideas, your notes to answer the question. And when you're done, you can move on to the next part. Okay, so for the next part, let's try to fill in the blanks of a sentence. The sentence says, when the variables are blank, you must move them by blank until all variables are on one side and all numbers are on the other. So the first part of the sentence is telling you what equation with variables on both sides are. That's when the variables are on different sides of the equal sign. So equations with variables on both sides mean you have letters like x or y, a, b. You have variables on different sides on the left side and the right side on an equal sign. And what you have to do is you must move them by adding or subtracting until all variables are on one side and all numbers are the other. Now, adding and subtracting meaning if you have 3, you're going to subtract 3. Or if you have negative 3 on an equation, then you're going to add 3. And you're going to do that until you have variables on one side and number on the other side. Or you could have number on the left side and you can have the variable on the right side. So let's go back to the first part and let's talk about an example. This equation, you have 2x and x. So basically you have variables on the left side and you have number on the right side. But then on the second equation, you have a variable on the left side, and you also have variable and number on the right side. So you're going to have to move one of them and have variable on one side and number on the other. That's your goal for this equation. So what's the difference between these two equations? That's an equation with variables on both sides. That's an equation with variable on one side. Now, if you have finished the sentence, then you are done with the first part of the Unit 3 video lessons. Please make sure you finished everything. You can go back if you have missed any. If not, if you have finished, then you can stop and move on to the next video, which will be example number 1, solutions and equations with variables on both sides.